No, this is our third year that we've partnered with Regent University to have their Welcome Week students, their freshmen, that come and pack these kits for us so that we can have them ready and bless families impacted by disasters, and today for families also here in Hampton Roads.
The energy in the room is really tangible. Everyone's very excited to unite in this mission to serve our community.
It's very important that they start with service. Yes, they're coming here to get a degree, to study and learn, but it's bigger than that. And so we want to make sure they know that this is a university rooted in faith and ministry and mission, and our chancellor wants us to fulfill the Great Commission in our generation. And so it starts with us realizing that we can be the hands and feet of Jesus.
This is one of Operation Blessing hygiene kits that we use when disaster strikes. We give them out in communities, and I'm just going to show you a little bit what goes into this hygiene kit. First, we start out with a nice note that we slide in. Helps them just add that beautiful touch of letting them know that they're cared for. Then we got some conditioner and shampoo. Then we have the deodorant, the body lotion, the hand lotion, and then we have toothpaste, and then a loofah, a brush, and a nail clipper. So we're gonna stick all those items in. We put them in upright. We always make sure that we pack these professionally so that when these residents impacted by disasters receive these items, they feel like they've been taken care of. If you can imagine, if you lost everything and were going through the worst situation in your life, you would want something that was done with care and excellence, and that's what Operation Blessing does, so that when these items get to a disaster zone, whether it's a church or a local community leader is handing these out to their residents, they can feel loved and cared for.
And it's just been so beautiful to see the mission and the purpose of Operation Blessing and the disasters that have taken place this past year, and their willingness to really meet and to go above and beyond and share the love of Christ with those who are in need.
It's really fulfilling the Great Commission. You know, we're spreading the gospel not only with our words, but we're spreading the gospel with just helping others and showing them the love of Christ.
These are our disaster relief kits that we fill full of cleaning supplies. We have our contractor-grade trash bags, our Clorox wipes. We also have paper towels. And you may ask, well, why are these items so critical? Well, when your home's been flooded with a foot of water or more, or you've had a tornado rip the roof off your house, having supplies like this really makes a difference. You've lost so much, your family's displaced, you're trying to figure out your insurance. So that's why we have supplies like disinfectant and Clorox wipes, hand sanitizer, 2 sets of gloves, our scour pads, and then we have our N95 masks that we can give to folks as well. These are also useful when your home's been impacted. You can put some of your personal belongings in here and it keeps it dry. You can also sit on it. And then if you want to learn more about Operation Blessing, we have a QR code. So it's a great way for us to bless families that have been impacted after disaster strikes.
We all come together and just knock out such a big task that would be overwhelming for a small group of people to do.
I think that they realize that they need to think outside themselves. You know, they talk about college being a time when you're finding yourself or you're bettering yourself, but you also need to know like the world is bigger than you, and that you need to realize that giving of yourself is actually the best thing you can do, and that emulates the life of Christ, which we're trying to do here as we create Christian leaders to change the world.
These are our hunger relief grocery bags that our volunteers are going to be packing with the goal of 1,200 today. This is a great example of what comes in the bags. We have pasta sauce, we have pasta and good old peanut butter. That's a hearty staple. We got Asian noodles, some canned beans, some stir fry, and who doesn't love some granola bites? Then we have some cereal, and then we have some bars for kids. I'm a bar guy, I love bars, but we also, before we pack those bags, we have our volunteers put this in the bottom of the bag with a personal note, and who doesn't love a personal note to bless families that are going through a hard time? These bags, like this, will go to families right here in Hampton Roads. We've been partnering with many churches and food pantries in this area, and we're continuing to stand with them to bless families in need that are going from paycheck to paycheck.
It's such a beautiful thing to answer prayers that have not been prayed yet, and it just goes to show you what the mission of this organization is, that we don't just seek to provide physical help, but through that physical help we can then extend spiritual help and show these people the love of Christ. There will be disasters that come, but we can give and serve. And so I know it's going to be such a blessing to these individuals in such dire need to receive these packages with messages of love, hope, and joy.